Good morning. Start your day with peace and positive energy. Don't forget to cherish each moment. Take care of yourself and pursue the things that truly matter in life. Life is unpredictable. One moment, everything seems to be going well, and the next, you are faced with challenges that shake you to your core. It can feel unfair, frustrating, and overwhelming. But here is something you need to remember. Adversity does not define you, your response to it does. Think about it. How many times have you looked back at a difficult moment in your life and realized that it was actually a turning point? That what seemed like a setback was actually setting you up for something greater? That the things you once thought were failures were actually lessons leading you to growth? The truth is, nothing that happens to you has meaning until you give it meaning. A situation is neither good nor bad until you decide how to react to it. This is the difference between those who succeed and those who give up. It is not that successful people never face difficulties. It is that they refuse to let those difficulties break them. They see obstacles as opportunities, failures as feedback, and challenges as chances to become stronger. They do not waste energy complaining about what went wrong. They focus on what they can do next. And that is exactly why today, I want to share with you a powerful story, the story of the farmer and his horse. It is a simple yet profound lesson about how the way we perceive our challenges determines how they affect us. This story will change the way you look at setbacks, disappointments, and the so-called bad luck in your life. Because the truth is, you never know what a challenge today might lead to tomorrow. So, before you assume that life is against you, before you believe that a tough moment means you have lost, I want you to listen to this story, because once you understand this lesson, you will never see adversity the same way again. You will realize that your greatest power lies in your ability to decide what a situation means to you, and that decision can change everything. The story of the farmer and his horse. Is it bad luck or a hidden blessing? There was once a wise old farmer who lived in a small village. He was known for his calm demeanor. No matter what happened in his life, one day, his only horse ran away. His neighbors rushed to his house, expressing their sympathy. "What terrible luck," they said. "Now you have lost your only horse. How will you work your farm?" But the farmer simply shrugged and replied, "Good luck. Bad luck, who knows?" A few days later, the runaway horse returned, bringing with it a group of wild horses. The villagers were amazed. "You are so lucky," they exclaimed. "Now you have more horses than before." But the farmer remained calm and said, "Good luck. Bad luck, who knows?" Soon after, the farmer's son tried to tame one of the wild horses. As he was riding it, the horse threw him off, and he broke his leg. Once again, the neighbors came running. "What a disaster!" they cried. "Your son is now injured. Who will help you work the land?" And again, the farmer replied, "Good luck. Bad luck, who knows?" A few weeks later, the king's army arrived at the village, recruiting all the young men to fight in a war. But because the farmer's son had a broken leg, he was left behind. The villagers, who had once pitied the farmer, now envied him. "How lucky you are," they said. "Your son was spared from war." And yet again, the wise farmer replied, "Good luck. Bad luck, who knows?" This story is a simple but profound lesson about how we interpret the events in our lives. Too often, we label situations as either good or bad based on our immediate emotions. When something does not go as planned, we assume it is a disaster. But what if it is just part of a bigger picture that we cannot yet see? What if the so-called bad luck of today is actually leading us to something greater tomorrow? Life is unpredictable. What seems like a setback in one moment may turn out to be an opportunity in the next. The loss of a job might lead you to a better career. A heartbreak might open the door to a more fulfilling relationship. A failure might teach you lessons that pave the way for your biggest success. But you will never know unless you stay open to possibility. Unless you refuse to let circumstances define you. The farmer's wisdom teaches us a powerful truth. Your reaction to life's events determines your experience of them. You can either see challenges as roadblocks or as stepping stones. You can either believe that things are happening to you or that they are happening for you. The difference between a person who feels stuck in life and a person who thrives is not the absence of adversity, it is the ability to see adversity as part of the journey, not the end of it. So, the next time something unexpected happens, before you rush to label it as bad luck, take a deep breath and remind yourself, good luck. Bad luck, who knows? Because what seems like a misfortune today may turn out to be the greatest blessing of your life. And if you can embrace that mindset, nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever have the power to break you. How you respond to adversity shapes your life. Adversity is inevitable. No matter who you are, where you come from, or how well you plan your life, challenges will come. You will face setbacks. You will encounter moments that test your patience, your strength, and your belief in yourself. But the truth is, it is not the adversity itself that defines you, it is how you respond to it. Think about the story of the wise farmer and his horse. His ability to stay calm and see every event as neither good nor bad, but simply part of life, gave him a freedom that most people never experience. While others rushed to judge situations as either fortunate or unfortunate, he remained steady. He understood that life is constantly unfolding, and that what appears to be a curse today might reveal itself to be a blessing tomorrow. Now, imagine applying this mindset to your own life. Think of a time when something went wrong. Maybe you lost an opportunity, faced a rejection, or encountered a failure that felt devastating. In that moment, it may have seemed like the end of the world. But looking back, did that experience teach you something? Did it push you in a new direction? Did it make you stronger? The reality is, our greatest challenges often shape us in ways we never could have imagined. The problem is, most people react to adversity in ways that keep them stuck. Some people panic, believing that a single failure defines their entire future. Others complain, blaming their circumstances, feeling like victims rather than taking control. Some even give up, letting obstacles convince them that they are not capable of more. But the most successful people, the ones who truly thrive, do something different. They pause. They reflect. They choose how they will respond. Instead of seeing failure as an ending, they see it as feedback. Instead of seeing rejection as a loss, they see it as redirection. Instead of viewing challenges as unfair, they view them as opportunities to grow. They understand that adversity is not a roadblock, it is a test of resilience, a chance to prove to themselves that they are stronger than their circumstances. So how do you develop this mindset? How do you train yourself to stop seeing obstacles as limitations and start seeing them as stepping stones? It begins with shifting your perspective first. You must realize that you always have a choice in how you react. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control your response. The moment you recognize this power, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the creator of your own destiny. Second, learn to embrace uncertainty rather than fear it. Many people struggle with adversity because they crave control. They want everything to go according to plan. But life does not work that way. Life is unpredictable. The more you accept that things will not always go as expected, the easier it becomes to adapt. Instead of resisting change, you learn to flow with it. Instead of fearing the unknown, you start to see it as an adventure. Third, train yourself to find the lesson in every challenge. Every difficulty carries a hidden opportunity, a chance to grow, to learn, to become better. The key is to stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" When you shift your focus from frustration to learning, adversity loses its power over you. Finally, trust the journey. Understand that life is unfolding exactly as it should. Just because something does not make sense now does not mean it never will. Some of the greatest success stories, the most inspiring breakthroughs, And the biggest transformations have come from people who refused to let failure stop them. They trusted that every setback was setting them up for something greater. So the next time life does not go as planned, take a deep breath and remind yourself, good luck, bad luck, who knows? Instead of reacting with frustration, respond with wisdom. Instead of letting difficulties break you, let them build you. Instead of fearing adversity, embrace it as the tool that will shape you into the strongest version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, life is not about avoiding challenges, it is about how you rise above them. And when you learn to master your response, when you choose resilience over fear, patience over frustration, and strength over doubt, you unlock a power that makes you truly unstoppable. Adversity is not something you can avoid. It is a part of life, woven into every journey, every challenge, and every transformation. The difference between those who rise and those who remain stuck is not the amount of struggle they face, but how they choose to respond. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you react, and in that response lies your power. If you want to build resilience and master your ability to stay strong in the face of difficulty, you must train your mind to see challenges differently. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" start asking, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of believing that hardship is a punishment, see it as an opportunity, a test of your strength, your patience, and your ability to grow. The strongest people are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who refuse to let struggles break them. One of the first steps to building resilience is learning to shift your perspective. Too often, we label situations as bad simply because they do not go as planned. But what if the very thing you see as a setback is actually leading you towards something better? What if the job you lost is pushing you toward a greater career? What if the rejection you faced is redirecting you toward a more fulfilling opportunity? Life has a way of guiding you exactly where you need to be, but you must be open to seeing the bigger picture. Another key to resilience is practicing emotional control. When faced with adversity, most people react emotionally: anger, frustration, fear. These emotions are natural, but they do not have to control you. Take a step back, breathe, remind yourself that you are bigger than this moment. Instead of acting impulsively, choose to respond with wisdom. Ask yourself, how would my strongest, most capable self handle this? By choosing patience over frustration, action over complaints, and confidence over fear, you take control of the situation instead of letting it control you. Resilient people also embrace uncertainty instead of fearing it. Many of us struggle with change because we want certainty. We want life to be predictable, to follow a path that feels safe and comfortable. But growth does not happen in comfort. Strength is built in discomfort, in uncertainty, in the moments when you are forced to adapt. Instead of resisting change, lean into it. Trust that even when you do not understand why something is happening, it is part of a bigger plan. And sometimes, the things that feel like they are breaking you are actually shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Another powerful habit of resilient people is taking action instead of dwelling on problems. Many people waste energy complaining, replaying situations in their minds, and focusing on what went wrong. But successful people focus on what they can do next. They do not let setbacks paralyze them. They use them as motivation to move forward. The moment you shift from "why did this happen" to "what can I do about it," you step into your power. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the creator of your future. And perhaps most importantly, resilience comes from believing in yourself. Even when things seem impossible, there will be moments when you doubt yourself, when life feels unfair, when giving up seems like the easiest option. But those are the moments that define you. When you push through, when you refuse to let failure be the end of your story, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you ever imagined. So the next time life tests you, pause and remind yourself, this is not the end. This is a chapter. This is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to rise stronger than before. Your reaction is your power. Your mindset is your weapon. And when you choose resilience, when you choose to see adversity not as an obstacle but as a lesson, nothing will ever be able to break you. Life is unpredictable. No matter how much you plan, no matter how carefully you prepare, there will always be moments when things do not go the way you expected. You will face setbacks. You will encounter obstacles that make you question everything. You will have days where nothing seems to go right. But in those moments, you must remember, adversity does not define you, how you respond to it does. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are not powerless against life's challenges. The truth is, you have more control than you think. Not over what happens, but over how you react. The strongest people are not those who never experience hardship, but those who refuse to let hardship control them. They are the ones who rise after every fall, who see setbacks as setups for comebacks, who understand that failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of it. Think back to the story of the farmer and his horse. What seemed like misfortune one day turned into an unexpected blessing the next. The farmer understood something that most people do not. Life is always changing, and you never truly know what an event means in the long run. Something that feels like a loss today might lead to an opportunity tomorrow. A closed door may be redirecting you towards something better. What you label as a failure may be the lesson that prepares you for your greatest success. That is why it is so important to master your reaction to challenges. Instead of resisting change, embrace it. Instead of seeing obstacles as limitations, see them as opportunities to grow. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" When you shift your mindset, everything changes. Suddenly, adversity is no longer something that holds you back, it is something that propels you forward. Resilience is not something you are born with. It is something you build. And every time you face a difficulty with strength and courage, you are reinforcing that resilience. The moment you decide that nothing can break you, nothing will. The moment you refuse to let fear dictate your actions, you become unstoppable. The moment you stop seeing challenges as barriers and start seeing them as stepping stones, you will begin to experience life in a completely new way. So the next time life throws something unexpected your way, remember this: you are not your struggles. You are not your failures. You are not defined by what happens to you. You are defined by how you rise from it. Choose strength. Choose growth. Choose to take control of your response. Because when you do, nothing will ever have the power to stop you.